Hornets. I am Blade, and I am joined in the booth by KG. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent tonight, Blade. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we have, as I said, some expert league action. There's really no playoff implications here. We have I believe it was the 2-7 Vipers up against the 7-2 Hornets. Hornets playoff position is locked. Any of this is seeding for them, and the Vipers they're here to just finish out their season, see what they can do. And I do believe we have a player on the Vipers playing up from Origin in for real, for real. But do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I missed that. I'm sorry. What was that?
Oh, do you have anything else you'd like to add before we get started?
I'm so sorry about that. No, to be honest, I don't think the players probably want to get in there and get
All
this
right,
games rolling.
all right. We'll get these guys in here, get them going. Um, so yes, for the Vipers, we're going to have Carrot and for real. If there we go,
Mhm.
for real joins up. And for the Vipers and on the Hornets, it's going to be Dan and Gamma. Off of this kickoff, it's going to favor the Hornets as this one is close to the goal, sent off of the backboard, looking for a push in. Nothing there. Early opportunity for the Hornets. Not getting any out of this, but Carrot up with it missing. And Dan and Gamma just waiting patiently. Dan into the middle, well over Gamma's head as Carrot gets us forward. Has a boost in the corner, looking to try to center this for real, and for real does get there and scores.
There we go. 30 seconds in. I like the play right here. Nice aggressive play. And it gets the Hornets a little on their heels a little bit. Dan just can't get that touch down enough. And there's a good read by For Real. But I think there's still plenty of time on the clock, though, Blade.
Yeah, definitely. I think with 4:32 to go, there is more than enough time. You really can't say that this game is over and done for this Hornets team as Carrot brings us back across the face of goal. Always a little risky, but he does this with confidence as trying to outplay Gamma, but Gamma getting some solid 50s. Carrot just trying to wait patiently, does go up and gets a touch here, but Dan looking for the play off the backboard, can't find it. Leaves us for Gamma, and he's going to find the far side.
That was a good slot right there. That was also decent positioning by the teammates right there. Carrot B and For Real just unfortunately not able to get that. And good shot. Almost 30 seconds more. So they're scoring on even pace here right now, both teams.
Yeah, it's going to be. I hope it's not too much of a barn burner, but we're going to see Gamma have an opportunity here, but Carrot able to keep that one out just barely, and Carrot able to find the clear as well for real. Just being very cautious with this ball in the corner, does stay behind it. He has one boost to his name. He's really just looking to try to take a 50. Does, gets a good one out to his teammate in the middle. Tries to send it back over, but it looks like he tried to grab boost and turned off. Little miscommunication between the teammates there as backflip from Gamma and for real just does bite on that one, but great challenge from Carrot. And this one is turned aside by Dan.
Gamma's going to miss that one that's sent across the field. Carrot looking to get a play off the back wall. Dan's going to hit that instead. For real was not close enough, and I think for a good reason. Now For real looking for a play here. Gamma, that's a 50. It's going to be controlled by Dan. Trying to get a dribble. Sends it to the opposite side. For real going to steal that boost and turn on this. Gamma can't get this play, and no attack there for the Hornets. 1-1 still here. We're coming up on halfway through. Dan's looking for a play here. Carrot with a good defensive play. Gamma looking for the follow-up and gets it as For real can't get there in time. Blade, that was a good offensive play here by the Hornets.
Yeah, that's honestly just a great follow from Dan, forcing Carrot to send it across the face of goal, which he definitely didn't want to do, and Gamma waiting there for real, just not fast enough on that occasion to find the save, and Hornets taking a lead with 2:50 to go as this is a rough kickoff for the Vipers and a miss on the backboard from Carrot, and Dan is there to put it in and give the Hornets a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, those kickoff goals happen. That was a very fast ball that careened off that corner, and if you really weren't there in time, it would have been a really hard read, at least for maybe some of us. And yeah, like you said, 3-1 lead, 2:46. Plenty of time still on that clock as Carrot meets Dan in the middle. For real going up for it, trying to get a nice safe touch to get their teammate back, and does get a good one. Dan trying to play it off of them, gets over Carrot. For real, trying to get in there. It's wide left and not too dangerous as it could have been. Carrot up to For Real. It's a little bit of a foot race here, but Gamma's going to win that one. And now, as we are officially under halfway to go, the Hornets do have a decent lead here as For Real get a good save on that one.
Ooh, and that one's just on target from Dan.
There you go. As the handoff,
Yeah, I mean it's as easy as that off the backboard from Dan into the goal. Hornets extending that lead 4 straight after that first one from the Vipers, and the Hornets looking very comfortable as Gamma getting another big kickoff when Carrot a little slow off of that kickoff. Waiting at that spot is For Real, sends it over the corner where Dan is just waiting in the wings. Looking for the 50, gets around him, it's over For Real, but For Real with the backflip touch needs to try to stay behind this, does not, but Dan able to escape out and grab mid boost, but does sacrifice the ball to For Real and gets a decent 50 out of it. For Real still following and does find the 50 on the wall, but that is over to Dan off of that 50 from Gamma. Carrot with this in the corner, but Dan beating him there. For Real is up, gets it out. That is a close one, almost throwing that one right back into Dan, but Gamma has this one open net, and that's a great play from Carrot to keep that out as just an onslaught from the Hornets.
Yeah, and this could have been worse here. If Carrot gets it around Dan, it's a good. Gamma getting it right on goal. For Real having to send that. That's backboard. Carrot turning on it, can't get in front of it before Dan gets that hit right there, and Dan with a nice clear out, making For Real having to make some sort of awkward play. Gamma's stealing that away, but Carrot turning on that one. And a little bit of a weird touch. Let's see who gets the next one. Carrot does. Getting it around Dan, but can't quite get that in as Gamma's able to push that away. We're under a minute to go. It's a 4-1 lead here still for the Hornets. And unfortunately, the clock is ticking for the Vipers.
Yeah, it is, and it is not looking good. That situation becoming more and more dire as this ball is just slowly bouncing in front of the net. Both of the Vipers not looking like they want it over For Real's head, and Carrot around to get that and keep this one out. Not letting them get a fifth unanswered, but that one's in the middle for Dan, and they will get it anyways down under 30 seconds. And the Vipers are just looking a little outclassed right now.
Yeah, there's been a few missed touches. There's been a few missing hits, and the plays just haven't quite been there. A little bit of lack of chemistry, but that happens sometimes. This is game one. There's a possibility that they can shore this up pretty darn quickly and maybe get some momentum. He's got 30 seconds. This we play pretty darn hard. Nice demo right there, getting physical, and maybe somebody takes over and you can get into your roles a little bit.
Yeah, I like that aggressiveness from For Real. I would have liked to have seen him make that turn off of getting that boost in the corner instead of making that right turn and coming up afterwards. I think they need to give this team a little bit less space as Gamma just staying on the ball, hounding it, and finding that on the far side on 0 seconds to give this Hornets team a 6-1 victory.
And yeah, that was a very good game, though. I don't want to take anything away from the Hornets. They played very well. They played very even, if you're looking at the scores particularly. But I would also say that they played like patiently and nice and calm, and there was nothing too disappointing.
14 shots.
Right?
It didn't feel like that. Like it was they felt so controlled in it. The tempo was so even and leveled out. Like it just felt like the Vipers were constantly on defense.
Yes, and the fact that the Hornets took advantage of the things they took advantage of, the Vipers were not able to. As I mean, some good plays by the Vipers, but the Hornets just kept making the right ones and the best ones, and it just ended up just being a big lead.
Yeah, and I mean it's shout out to the Vipers for getting 7 saves. I mean, on 14 shots, it is. Sure, you don't like the save percentage being around 50%, but when they take 14, getting 7 is pretty good. This one could have been a lot uglier than it ended up being, but I think with For Real being called up at the last moment, I don't know how much warm-up he's had, how much warm-up Carrot has had with having the delay, and how much these two have even played with each other, whereas I could imagine Gamma and Dan at least have some familiarity, so that there's just a lot working against the Vipers going into this. But hopefully we see them settle down, try to start some offense, because we really didn't get a chance to see that. They just had a They had that quick goal, and that was it.
Yeah, that's it. For real, going to meet Dan right in the middle. Carrot having to go up, and Gamma is able to sort of win that one, but that goes into the corner. For real, waiting for Dan. Carrot having to get in front of Gamma yet again, making it tough for Gamma. For real, getting out of the post there is a little awkward. Dan with a good stop, and Carrot playing good defense yet again. So they're still stuck on their side on awkward touch. I think For real, and a miss right there. I think that. They're a little bit lucky here if they can just get away from this panic and a miss right there, but Gamma cleaning that up 30 seconds in, and it just kind of felt inevitable, didn't it, Bleed?
Yeah, and you said, I think, the very operative word in the situation, which was panic. That felt very panicked. I mean, For real is actually a former teammate of mine on the Monkeys, I believe it was 2 seasons ago, so I know how he plays, and he just seems a little nervy. That just seemed a little rushed out of him, and especially out of the Vipers as a whole. That I think that they're so worried with how threatening the Hornets can be that when the ball gets that close to the net, it's just that they have this tunnel vision. They just need to hit it, get it away, and they kind of overcomplicate it. You just get in your head.
Yeah, and I feel like they're doing really well. They're kind of on pace a little bit. They're keeping up. They're just making certain mistakes that I feel like some of it's communication, and the miss right there, Dan able to get this one in, just things like that. I feel like sometimes, like, there's lots of times if For real will get that ball. That's not a crazy hard ball, but it ended up floating down and just being awkward. And we're here where we are, 2-0, 3:46. I still think there's time though.
Yeah, I certainly do. I see that as that's a lot of passivity out of For real. I think he's not necessarily the most confident right now. Is that one on the short side, and that one's so hard. You have to prep for the shot, and when the shot misses like that, it just becomes a pass, and it's hard to recover out of that. And Hornets just adding to it, but I think some of this passivity out of the Vipers is coming back to harm them, and I don't know if some of this is just because of rotations or if they just feel like they're that much slower that they shouldn't be challenging these things, but they're giving the Hornets so much room to kind of do whatever it is they want. As Dan looking for an epic pre-jump here and doesn't come away with anything, getting a little cheeky, and Gamma just driving the ball at the net. They just seem so in control, and the Vipers just seem to be throwing everything, that there's so much open net for them to shoot at as they put in their fourth.
Yeah, there was a double commit here For real, and it ended up being, it looks like For real and Carrot, yeah, it was. They ended up pinching it together. It hits off the ceiling and lands right where Gamma it goes. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes those breaks happen too, and it's unfortunate. And yes, it stemmed from a miscommunication, but it still is unfortunate where that ball landed, because literally that could have been pitched in any direction if you had the car tilted in a different way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, very much could be, but sadly it wasn't. As For real, getting this ball off of the backboard, looking to try to generate some offense. Doesn't have any boost though, and that will land on the hood of Gamma, but great turn from For real, even on 0 boost. I like that aggressiveness. That's what I want to see from them, is making those kind of turns. As Carrot does come off of the ball here, leaving it for Dan. For real will back off as this one's sent towards goal, and Carrot almost redirecting his own net, and Dan getting the demo one. For real leaving the easy shot for Gamma, and this is a 5-0 game.
Yeah, the offensive pressure is getting a little bit too much. I mean, it's halftime. I'm of the mindset that the Hornets should keep going. They got to keep practicing, just keep the muscle memory going, and that's not like any disrespect or toxicity to the opposite team. It's one of those things where you got to keep it up. You can't. Yeah, there we go, Dan, with that nice little tap off the wall, self-set up here. Nice attempt by Gamma. It's a continuous thing. They got to keep going. You got to be relentless. There's a lot of Rocket League to be played.
There is, and realistically, I know as a player, sometimes in these situations, yeah, you can back off a little bit, but the last thing I'd want to see is pity. I really do like that the Hornets are still respecting this Vipers team by playing them as hard as they are. That they're not taking this team as not a threat. That they feel like they need to keep scoring like this. and it's I think that's a good mindset for this Hornets team to have. I think that's why they've been so successful and why they're playing this hard despite already being in playoffs. They're comfortably up in the series, or they're up in the series, comfortably up in this game. They have every reason to just take their foot off the gas a little bit, and they don't.
No, and I also like how the Vipers are kind of they're adapting a little bit here. This is dangerous.
Oh
Dan
my.
doing really well, able to get two. It's gonna go off the side. I don't think Gamma is actually expecting it. I think Gamma was thinking it was gonna go in, just ended up not just sneaking out. The ball just weird. No bump by For Real. That's gonna be a stop by Carrot B. Dan's gonna read this one, try to slam it in. Doesn't get that. It goes high. Carrot with the touch. There's nobody there for the Vipers, although that is a block. What happened? I actually kind of missed it. Oh my goodness. Carrot B, did he block that?
Yeah, Carrot, he popped it up in the midfield and got back to it before anyone else could. I mean, they got one on the board. I mean, it's not much time left, but I mean, funny things can happen, and at least they've got a goal. At least that there's something that they can build upon here. It gives them a little bit of confidence coming into this last minute. Is Dan trying to follow us off the wall, but Gamma is there and interrupted by Carrot, and getting there again off of the secondary shot from Dan. And that is Carrot again, just trying to slow down, keep his ball, getting it around Gamma, following it with no boost, looking to try to stay on it. In vain is that attempt, as Dan looking for the dunk, does get this, trying to follow it up, getting these boost steals, can't get it there, and that's a shot looking far side For Real, does knock this away, as the Vipers, I think, are just trying to get out of this game, just trying to be done with it.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I actually don't quite remember. Most of the goals were scored before the halfway mark, and after this point, the Vipers shorted up, and I feel like they just didn't get some of the things to go their way in the beginning, and if they can just kind of make a complete game, this could be an interesting series, as Gamma ends it up 0. We're going to Brazil because Gamma said, "I love vacations."
Didn't they score on 0 seconds last game too?
I think so.
There's a saying about a nickel regarding things happening twice. But we move along heading to game 3, and what do you do if you're the Vipers?
Just try to have a little bit of confidence in yourselves. I don't think you're out of this. A lot of this is because, a lot of this is from misses and maybe a little bit of panic. I don't know if maybe panic might not be the word now, because I mean, you're down 2-0 and you're getting beat pretty good, so I don't think that's a care right now. I think what you got to do is just have a little bit of faith in yourself and give yourself a chance to take it to them. You're fast enough. They're making the plays. Just try to work on the comms, reduce the double commits in those places, and just try to have fun.
Yeah, and I definitely think that your last bit there, having fun, I think is something that they need to remember, that going into this one, it's not looking the best, but what can you do? Just go out there, have some fun. I mean, it's a video game after all. Week 10, the season's kind of done. Go out with a bang. Let's have some fun. I mean, we'll get these guys in here for game 3 and see if the Vipers can turn this around in this one.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Dan's gonna meet For Real, and maybe they can play some sort of weird spoiler. You never know. This is Rocket League. Things get weird, as Carrot can't quite get a great touch, sending it across the field, beating Dan, who tries to bump Carrot off the line. Carrot still has it, but can't quite read it off the wall there, and that gives them a chance for a counterattack. And that's the stuff I was trying to say that can't quite happen right now. A little bit of patience, a little bit of faith, but you also got to make that play. And they looked a little bit good, and then just couldn't quite make that last touch.
And that was a nice little second touch from Carrot over, as that's a very aggressive challenge from For Real, committing with this slip there, and that's Dan sending one on target, and Carrot not quick enough to get there, and he's going to redirect that one into the top corner, and Hornets already out to a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that's, oh man, that was a good push by Dan right there.
It
Actually,
was.
there could have been a lot of things Dan could have done, but no, I think the early choice to send that in, and I mean, Carrot wasn't even in a bad position. So
No.
for now, we got Carrot trying to get no. It's yeah, if Carrot doesn't decide to go up there, it went over, and that could have been dangerous too. But we have another offensive attack for the Hornets. Carrot's going to try to send it up to For Real. For Real trying to get that one, can't quite get there, and tries to send it back to Carrot. Nice save by Dan, who misses the chance to control it. Carrot sending it back. For Real missing that boost. And now they're on another offensive play here. Good stop by For Real and good send into the corner by Carrot. And they're looking to shore up some damage here. They do not want to stay
Ooh.
on this side, and another miss. And I really feel like that's the name of the game that just keeps happening to them.
Yeah, and it looks like that they got a little crowded here at the near post. They're both right on top of each other and just need leave a little bit of space on the goal line. You maybe don't need to be all the way on the back post on that one, but a little bit more spacing there. I mean, good on the Hornets to find a way to get that one in, and just unfortunate for the Vipers is nice little bounce shot from Gamma over the head of For Real.
Yeah, and look where that ball landed. Opposite side, right in Gamma's lap. Gamma taking advantage of it, and that's something I'm gonna say that the last time I was announcing when they had a player in there like this, they said, or Rhino mentioned how, you know, how you play against a team like that can change things. This team just keeps going and going, and they're taking advantage of the mistakes. And if you're a team watching this going into the playoffs, you're gonna have to take note that the Hornets don't play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that they're not playing around. It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, that considering everything with them, yeah, everything's locked up for them, and they're still going to play this hard. They're playing this hard in a sense with nothing much to play for. That's a very scary team come playoff times when there is a lot to play for again, as they're going to find another here, finding their fifth before we've even reached 2 minutes elapsed in this game. And it feels like the Vipers are just kind of in damage limitation here.
Yeah, this kind of happened last time. I feel like the Hornets might have taken their foot off the gas just a teeny bit last time at the halfway point, and I mean only a teeny bit, because I think the Vipers played a lot better. Although this is going to be one of those kickoff goals, and things just getting worse and worse for the Vipers. And I mean, everything's just going wrong. That just lands in the lap. For Real can't perform a perfect half flip. Not that it would have mattered. It just keeps going their way, and the Hornets keep taking advantage of the things that land in front of them.
Dan is almost 700 points. We're a minute and 50 seconds into this game. Like, that's an insane number. Just the sheer dominance right now is, and just the tenacity from Dan. He seems to want this real bad. Is Carrot just trying to get a play in here, but Dan harassing him in the corner For Real. Not the greatest touch. Carrot deciding to actually just do the same thing as his teammate did right before him, and Gamma trying to set one out into the middle, but Carrot knocking this away as Dan will retreat to pick this back up in his own corner. This ball bouncing in the mid. Chance for Real. Not the hardest shot. And Dan almost dunking his teammate, looking for all of the goals, even if they're on his own. As Gamma setting this down and gets crossbar down out over Carrot. Dan gonna wait. Great catch, looking for the backflip pop. Can't find it, and gets the 50 with For Real. Another bump onto Carrot. Can For Real get there? No, but Dan out of the middle. Gamma. Good save from Carrot, and the Vipers have weathered another minute.
Yeah, and I feel like Dan and Gamma at any time probably could have just thrown their car at it and just seen what happened. But they're like I said, I think they're taking their foot off the gas a little bit, trying to take advantage of some of the stuff, but also trying not to prolong too much, because that time can get a little annoying as it ticks down, and stops ticking. When you're scoring this many goals, or am I wrong? Does it feel too good just to get this many?
I mean, it really can. There does kind of reach a point where it almost stops feeling fun and can really start getting a little, I hate to say it, boring. scoring that many times, because after a certain point, it just shows that you are just that much better than that team is for real. They're giving themselves an opportunity. Can't do anything with it. Carrot a little strong off of that sidewall, but the Vipers still trying, still working, trying to find a way back into this game to even just get a goal for their own sake, just for their season. As this ball, Carrot watching it roll up off of the backboard, does get the good 50, but Dan, patient in the midfield, picks this up, stays behind it, can't get it around for real, who does just get a clear, gets it out of the zone, and Dan bump towards the ball, but Gamma able to try to corral this. Dan over to Gamma, but that's back up. Dan up for this, over one, and that's just going to be in, and Dan has crossed 1,000 points.
Dan's been all over the place. 50% shooting. That's 8 shots to 6 on their own team. I honestly think that the gas that was let off this game was a little bit more. There were opportunities where they could have shut the door. I mean, they've already shut the door. I mean, they like really shut the door. Oh, that's a missed touch here, and I. Oh my goodness, great
Dan.
save. So there's still an opportunity for more points here. Gamma can't quite get that sent down the other field as Carrot was on top of it. For real, missing that one. Gamma's going to take control. Can't dribble around Carrot, who sends this back, trying to read it. Can't get that one in. Sent the opposite side. Blade. This is going to end maybe with another goal, maybe?
We'll see if they can get one here as time has elapsed and this ball bouncing. It's still up. Dan keeping this in the air, is able to get underneath it. Gamma? Come on, guys. You've done it in 2. We can get it in a 3rd. Let's go. This is Rocket League after all. They can't get it in 3. They did get it in games 1 and 2, but the Hornets do take game 3 very convincingly, taking this series very convincingly to end their season 8 and 2 as the Vipers fall to 2 and 8.
It's when you're thinking of seeding, that's taking care of business right there is the term I would like to use on that. Hornets, I mean, that is a statement to no matter what, whether you win that way against a normal fielded team or not, you're making a statement that you're going to take advantage, you're going to be crisp, and you're going to be clean, and you don't care if you're on stream because that's when you shine the most.
Yeah, it certainly is, and they came on stream and they put on a performance. Sure, it may not have been a great performance out of the Vipers, but they certainly showed up and showed us just one more time what they are made of, and very convincing, very impressive. Not a team I'd want to have to play, as we do get these guys in here. Dan and Gamma, congratulations on your win. How does it feel to finish your season 8 and 2?
It feels great. Yeah, it feels really good.
Yeah, it feels great. We're not sure if that had any implications at all, because I don't know the tiebreaker. Because I know we now are 8 and 2 with the Coyotes as well, so I'm not sure how that goes.
Yeah. I believe you guys are confirmed for playoffs, and that all this game could do would be to affect seeding. So,
Okay.
You guys got it done. Got you. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, yeah, congratulations on the playoffs. I mean, I guess tell us about the game. What were you expecting? And I mean, I guess looking at it is that you guys let up that first goal and then never looked back.
I mean, we expected. We did actually. No offense to anybody on the Vipers, we didn't really expect much of like competition per se. Just because of the fact, like, we've seen the record and we've seen kind of like how they're going about the season, and we know what we're capable of. So we kind of just went into it like we're just going to sweep and just go on our way, and that's kind of what happened.
Very nice. I mean, KG, do you have anything for them? I really don't. I feel like that most of the questions I would have, they answered on the field.
Yeah, I mean, you guys took care of business. You ended the season strong. You kind of answered the do you take it easy on people question I was going to ask, because you didn't need to really worry about that. That was a showing, and I'm glad you guys did what you did, because it keeps up the muscle memory. I guess the only question I have that people normally ask, do you have any teams that you're looking forward to playing in the playoffs?
I'm looking to look forward to play the Eagles. I don't know about you, Gamma. I think Eagles will be
Yeah.
a tough challenge. But I mean, other than that, maybe Coyotes. But other than, I mean, those two teams, I think we're confident enough just to walk on by and just do our own thing.
Yep.
Heck yeah. So yeah, no, that's all I've got. Congratulations. I would like to say also congratulations to the Vipers and all the other teams for playing hard and getting to the end of this regular season. But you guys made the playoffs, so I look forward to seeing you on stream pretty darn soon.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and I guess before we take our break, do you guys have anything that you would like to say? Anyone you'd like to shout out?
Lasagna Man,
Is there?
our teammate. Yep. That's about it for me.
Alrighty.
I'm gunning for the MVP. I hope I get it, but if not, sorry.
I mean, I think you certainly put up an MVP performance tonight, and certainly have made your case and didn't pull any punches. But with that said, if that's all you guys have, that's it for our 9 o'clock game where the expert Hornets took down the Vipers 3-0. Please join us in 20 minutes where we're going to have some Elite League action between the Huskies and Monkeys. Bye bye.